Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and joining me coming up will be Brad Running with Ameriprise Financial, and we're going to be talking about your digital estate and what to do with it if you're incapacitated or if you've passed. So before that, though, we want you to know that if you've got any ideas for interesting shows or activities or events or programs here in Owatonna that you would like to see covered, please do give us a shout. You can tell us on Facebook, you can give us a call, you can tweet with us. Just let us know. We are very happy to hear from you and give you what you want to know about. In the meantime, though, we are going to take a break and we're going to hear from our sponsors. So please stick with us after a word from our sponsors.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We are your community connection, and we are going to be speaking with a community member, Brad Running, who is with Ameriprise Financial. Good morning, Brad.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here.
Well, glad to be here.
Well, great, because this is something pretty new in, considering legal matters and financial matters when it comes to our digital estate. There's such a thing now as a digital estate.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about, first, actually, could you introduce yourself to the people who may not know exactly who you are and what you do?
Good. Yeah, good morning. I'm Brad Running. I came here 30 years ago, raised the family here. Ameriprise Financial, I own a franchise here. I'm a retirement planner, and I'm a financial planner. And I help ensure people have a confident retirement.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I could use that.
Yeah, exactly.
I could use a good financial retirement.
And part of what I do is help them assess goals and dreams and produce a written financial plan to show them how to do that, the track they should be on. And part of that is a lot of data gathering, so thus the digital asset information that you're talking about on the show today.
Sure, because it seems like now everything has data attached to it, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's our assets, our vehicles, ourselves, our accounts,
Yes.
or anything has a number attached to it and probably a password of some kind. Is that what we're talking about here?
Very much so.
Okay.
The world is digital, and I do the majority of my business on a tablet or on the phone or on the computer, and paperless is the way to go. So how do you access that information?
Sure. And even if say somebody doesn't have don't think they have a whole lot of data out there. I mean, really, pretty much everybody does, even if you're not online, right?
They really do. So grandma might not have her banking that she does online, but maybe she's got a Facebook with treasured pictures that are in the cloud, and you got a password to get them. Everybody has something out there, it seems.
Okay. And let's talk about what would happen if, for those people who maybe just haven't gotten to this yet, which I think most of us maybe have not. What happens if something tragic happens to us, or we're gone for a period of time, or we've died?
Right.
What happens when we haven't done this planning?
It's trouble.
What does that look like?
It's time consuming. Mm-hmm. You try to settle an estate, because estate is the most critical one. How do you manage accounts or shut down accounts? And
when you say estate, you mean the whole kit and caboodle of what somebody leaves when they pass,
right?
When they die. Okay.
So Mrs. Smith dies. Somebody's got to handle that estate. get everything shut down to the point where assets are distributed, that type of thing. So if she was like me and I had 4 pages of digital asset account user IDs and passwords, how's somebody going to figure that out if they haven't got a plan?
Right. I mean, it's all been up there, and how are we going to access it?
Yeah, or maybe they have it somewhere, or maybe they've made a lot of changes to it. We can talk more about it. It gets messy if you're trying to settle an estate, especially, and somebody doesn't have it delegated to somebody.
So that's one of the first steps. So let's talk about what are the most key things that we need to know in this brief period of time that we have together to make sure that you're starting on the road to getting your digital assets in order.
Okay, 3 things. Have a list, and I think that's the most important one. And then we'll talk about establishing a digital trustee and having a clause in your will, but have the list. If I'm going to Canada fishing and my wife has to do something, she better know where that list is, and she better be able to access it to do the banking that all of a sudden needs to be done.
Sure. We had a storm this morning. What if something happened and my husband's gone and I don't know the insurance information or something like that too?
Right.
Okay.
So you have the list, and you need it, I think, for everyday use. I think you need it for disability and death. We talked about death kind of being the biggie, but you need to have the list. And where is the list?
And what is the list? I mean, what are the things on that list? It's
Okay.
probably a pretty long list.
Yeah, it can be a long list because it could be the passwords to get into my senior in college bill pay.
Okay.
And
And
if
let's
that-
back up. What about your computer? Because
True.
that's where you're,
Yep. Well, hopefully you remember the computer one. Otherwise, you can't get online to get your list. Or it could be VIN numbers. That's not a
Vehicle.
user ID and a password, but somebody might need to reference those VIN numbers. Or it's just so many sites that you tend to visit. You just need lots of user IDs and passwords written down, and how do people get to them. So not only do you need to write it down, but you could have a secure spot in the cloud where maybe my daughter from Kansas City could actually access it and transact business for me, or in a lockbox, or because this would then be a hard copy.
a hard copy.
A little scary. You got the list printed out.
Of all your important
Yes.
passwords and your account numbers.
Yes.
So a
So you got the
lockbox-
hard copy, but it better be in the bank box or in the safe at home. The safe at home would probably be preferable because
Fireproof, waterproof,
Yeah,
safe
that-
at home. Yeah.
that, and if I make changes quite often, as we tend to be forced to do, then you need to change it up in that lockbox.
Okay. And we're also talking about, I mean, there's digital, all the online stuff, our passwords and our accounts online, and then we're going to keep on that list, I'm assuming, the other things that we don't think of as digital, but our bank account numbers and things like that as
Yes.
well?
Yes.
Okay. And where can somebody find more information about what they should be looking for and putting on this list?
Sure. The producer of the show called me as a result of seeing it on my website, and within there, some of the articles are listed, and the one that she referenced was Who Inherits Your Digital Estate? So who inherits your digital estate?
Who does inherit your digital estate? Yes.
Yeah.
Think about that one.
So you can Google Brad Running, or you can go to Ameriprise Advisors, etc. I think it's listed on the TV.
/brad.l.running.
Yeah, you'll find us.
Yes, okay. And so you can access this list. It's on your webpage under the title, Who Inherits Your Digital Estate.
Correct.
And there will be a listing of the kinds of things we need to look for.
It's a good description overall and gives you some guidance.
Okay. They could also sit down with Brad or another
Sure.
financial planner What about attorneys? Where do they fit into this process?
Well, the field of digital estate planning is relatively new, but I'm quite confident that the local attorneys, as good and high a caliber as I know they are, have been exposed to it. I'm sure they're dealing with it. One of the things is put a clause in your will giving some digital control.
So assign a person for that, and hopefully keep them updated over before you. I mean, if you do that, you would need to make sure that that person knows that where they can access all this.
Yeah, where is that list?
Yeah.
Can they get into that safe deposit box?
Okay.
So that was the second of the three things. The third thing is you can establish a digital asset trust. I went online and I found 15 of them, just like that. Type in digital asset trust. So it's maybe analogous to naming a power of attorney while you're living. Somebody can have powers for you.
Okay, so you mean you could go online and find a document that
Yes.
establishes that for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's lots of guidelines online on different types of organization. Part of what I do as a financial planner is get people organized. I think they're a little intimidated about running their own finances, and I believe they know they need help in financial planning. And so online, so this is the third of the three, digital asset trust for while you're living, maybe disabled.
Okay, so and that person that you assign to that could still also be the person that you assign it to after your death.
Surely, probably
right?
is.
So the trust is while you're living?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it when we're gone?
Well, that's where you amend
state.
the will, naming somebody,
Okay.
having those powers.
So we have a trust, and then we name that person or whomever in our will as well.
Right.
So there's so many steps to this process.
And don't be intimidated by the trust thing. People,
It's just a term to say
Yeah.
you're giving somebody.
you're creating this you're creating a document that appoints somebody, and the attorney is probably going to respect that because it wasn't on a napkin.
Sure. Okay.
So let's
Got
not
it.
get too intimidated by trust.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you are here. People can trust that you know what you're doing, and I know that you had just recently, unfortunately, did have a death in the family. I'm sorry for you and for
Yes.
your wife. And hopefully everything was in order because they know you and
Yes,
you took care of it, right?
we have those things in order.
That is great. One more quick thing. How can somebody contact you if they want more information about this? Do you have a phone number that you want to give out to somebody?
Sure, 455-4070 in the phone book. Been here for 30 years, Ameriprise Financial.
Okay.
Glad to
great.
chat with people about it.
Great, and we're very glad to chat with you today. Thank you so much, Brad. Appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for being here too, and stick with us after a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brickmager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We are your community connection. We are out and about in the community, and we are here with Deb Gillard at the Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions. Hello, Deb.
Hi, Francie. How are you again?
I'm well. You're no stranger to this show, obviously.
I'm not. I'm not always the one on the interviewing side and more in your place.
That's
I have been.
right.
But yes, I'm very happy to be on the program and to have you here today. One of the things that you mentioned was actually has to do with our name and our renaming. We'll be talking a little bit about later on in the segment about an event we have coming up for that. But Brookdale is a very large senior living company, providing senior living solutions throughout most of our United States. In fact, I think we're in about 48 states right now. So that it's really odd because it's a large company with a lot of support behind us, but here in Owatonna, we just have the small assisted living, which was formerly known as Sterling House, and our small memory care, our Alzheimer's and dementia care, which was formerly known as Clarebridge. And what Brookdale decided was to give that cohesiveness across the country to say we are Brookdale in the community that we are, and thereby not causing confusion between who's Clarebridge, who's Freedom Point Minnetonka, who's Edina Park Plaza, and so kind of bringing us all together under one umbrella. It doesn't change anything that we do, it doesn't change our ownership, everything and all the services that we provided remain exactly the same. But it does give us an opportunity to kind of celebrate our renaming and to just kind of go with that. So again, we want to remind people we are formerly Clarebridge and formerly Sterling House, and it's going to take a long time for people to get used to, especially ourselves and our current residents and families. But that is how we're making that transition right now.
So you're still the small community that provides that intimate care. Mm-hmm. But you've got all these big resources behind you.
And we always have.
Okay.
We have always had those resources behind us. It's just a choice on Brookdale's part over this last year to say, you know what, let's make sure people know who we are company-wide across the country. And that was something because it was always something we were explaining. We were Sterling House, we were Clarebridge. I was always talking about Brookdale, our parent company, and the type of signature programs and things that we provide. And we'll be talking a little bit about that when we go inside too.
And we are going to go inside because it's not just a change of name, but there are some other changes that have been made here.
We've made some nice remodeling changes.
That's
and we're
wonderful.
Still in the process of more, but we're going to go take a peek at some.
Why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and why don't you show us around a little bit of what you've done? Okay, great. It is breakfast time here at Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living, and we're showing you the dining room right now. Tell us about the new dining room, Deb.
Well, actually, everything in our assisted living has been remodeled here over the last 6 to 12 months, and so it looks a lot the same as it always has. It's a very open kitchen dining area, very much like at your own home. But it does give me the opportunity to mention that one of the services that we provide here is 3 meals a day. So some of the services and amenities are a very high level of care that we provide. All the residents' meals, all their laundry, all their housekeeping. And so this is our dining room. And if you were here during a very active time, there's a lot of banter going on, between our care staff and our residents. We've become very close. We've got 19 residents here and 26 residents in our memory care. So we get to know each other very well.
Deb and I have been joined by Shawn McNulty, who is the executive director here at Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions. And so you're going to tell us a little bit about what's coming up on Thursday.
Yes. Thursday we have a large open house to celebrate our rebranding. So from 4 to 7 p.m. we are welcoming in the public, family, friends, our relatives, our residents, and we're going to be celebrating with a red carpet event. So we'll have limo rides. We're going to have some great food and appetizers out to celebrate. We'll have some some movie guests that will be here.
Guests will be here.
We'll keep that top secret for now.
Movie guests?
Yes, you'll be able to get your picture taken with them. So it's going to be a great event. We're really looking forward to it. We're very excited about the rebranding and getting everything out there so everybody knows who we are.
I love that you said our family And when you were referring to residents, and then you said residents, but they're like family.
Absolutely.
That's so wonderful. Deb, is there anything else that you would like to tell us about this upcoming event and what people are going to be able, the time, where we are, all of that good stuff?
Yep, we're at 334 and 364 Cedardale Drive. That is our assisted living and our Alzheimer's and dementia care, respectively. But things, weather permitting, will be happening outside under a big tent, limo rides, as Shawn mentioned, and then tours throughout the building. So again, you're getting just a little piece of it today, but we will definitely want to welcome people to come and walk through our community and see what we're all about and ask questions and those types of things. There will be an actual ribbon cutting ceremony to officially unveil our new name at 5:30. So if you want to be here at that time, that's fine too. And as Shawn mentioned, some things that we're kind of keeping secret, but a lot of fun. It's going to be a good time for anyone who comes. So please join us at our Brookdale Owatonna renaming, ribbon cutting, red carpet event. Is that long enough? Yes.
That will be really exciting, and I hope that you will join us here. We will be here as well. So join us at Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions on Thursday. Stick with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard.
And I'm Shawn McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions.
We are assisted living and Alzheimer's and dementia care communities here in Owatonna, and formerly known as Clare Bridge and Sterling House.
And we are proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We are your community connection, and we do have some community announcements for you right now. Want you to know, again, summer reading program and all kinds of exciting things going on at the library, Owatonna Public Library, for our youth. July 2nd, Lego Mania, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then Thursday, July 9th, Daiku Drummers. More coming up. We'll keep you posted on what else is coming up in July for that. It's almost July, believe it or not. We want to tell you about a news release from the police department. Crime alert, vehicle break-ins. Owatonna Police Department's alerting community members of a rash of vehicle break-ins reported recently. Looks like they're telling you to be alert in observing and reporting suspicious behavior during evening and nighttime hours, as unlocked vehicles parked on streets or driveways have been entered and rummaged through, and some things have been stolen. So be really careful about that. Be on the lookout. Little Theater of Owatonna is proud to announce that the OHS grad Maureen Gleason received the 2015 Sarah Foreman Post-Secondary Memorial Scholarship. Congratulations, Maureen. That's great. Yes, it is a mouthful. Looks like July 1st from 1 to 3, Faribault River Bend has a lifelong learning class on making ceramics with natural clay. Seniors are invited to join Riverbend Nature Center for that. If you have questions, call them at 507-332-7151. Reminder that Movies in the Park is going on. Friday, July 17th will be the next movie. Begins around 9 p.m. in Central Park, so don't forget about that. Looks like Steele County Free Fair premium books are now available at the fair office, all banks and libraries. So pick up your Steele County Free Fair premium book to find out more about what's going to be happening at the fair. We thank you so much for joining us, and we ask you that you support our sponsors and that you come back and visit us next time. Have a great day.